I compare farming to horse racing. The only difference is that with horse racing, you know the same day whether you've won or lost. With farming, it can be anywhere up to 18 months and you'll probably still lose.
Let's just try that once more.
Okay. My name is Michael Lundy, known as Mick. I'm a director of Windy Ridge Veg. We're growing cauliflower, red cabbage, white cabbage, Savoy cabbage, a few pumpkins, and then we're also growing the Romanesco cauliflower, the green spiky one, and the purple cauliflower called lavender. We grow it from seed to marketing the finished product. I was born in Windy Ridge in January 1947. We was farming 28, 30 acres of all sorts of cropping. I used to help on the farm and gradually got so interested in farming that when I got to the age of 14 and was able to leave school, that's all I wanted to do. And I'm in my 62nd year on the farm. Since the days of my father, unfortunately he died when I was only 24. So then my wife and myself bought the business and we started business on our own in 1976. From then I thought growing various crops was not going to make me a sufficient living. So I decided to concentrate totally on brassica, and I took the farm up to 250 acres. And then in the early 90s, my son Mark joined the firm, and then he's taken it up to the present day, which we have been farming up to 1,000 acres.
Started driving tractors when I was 6, probably not what I was supposed to at that age. I wouldn't say I was going to end up doing what I'm doing now, but it's sort of born into me. It's nice to have that sort of generation. Youth is great at being dynamic, exciting, risky, and then sometimes you need to come back down to earth a little bit.
Early days of him coming back, I found it very difficult to shed some of the responsibility of the jobs that I did. And then my wife and myself went on holiday and we'd been talking about a new tractor, and when I came back off holiday, he'd already ordered it. And so from that day, I probably started relinquishing some of the jobs that I did. And now my position with Mark on the farm is we have our disagreements, which we get over. We have discussions, and Mark runs the farm now, and he calls me his consultant.
So we entered this year, a bit of a difficult December. We had a week of quite severe temperatures. We lost a lot of cauliflower. Luckily we had stored 90% of what we needed. We started looking at the year this year. What do we do? It's getting a big risk. Do we get another frost this back end? So we started the year off with a plan. Look at varieties which stood the weather a little bit better than others, but you're working on one set and then the weather's doing something else, so you're trying to work in harmony with the weather a little bit, but at the end of the day it'll rule.
Growing brassica is not the easiest job in the world, but I find it the most enjoyable. From the actual seeding in the glasshouse, which both Mark and myself are involved with, between us we do all the growing of the plants, the feeding, and then when it comes to taking the plants out, we're there hands-on as well. On a good year we can grow anywhere up to 12 to 14 million plants. Big influence in growing, in my opinion, through life, and I learnt this as a lad from the old men that worked on the farms. The moon plays a big significance in how quick the seed germinates. And I've known the time when we've seeded on the new moon and the seed has germinated within 24 hours. We've seen it on the wane of the moon and the seed can take anywhere up to 10 days to germinate.
As at the veg farm, we use a lot of tractors to do different operations, so you need a specialist tractor, different sizes for doing different jobs. And we found that with Valtra, it was quite seamless in the technology on each model. So if you got in, say, an A series, it was very similar to operate to a T series, which is the other end of the scale. So as we're jumping on 2 or 3 different models during the day, it's a quick think of, oh, that goes there, that goes there. So that ended up really good. So we had 7 came last year during the year, doing different things. This year we've bought another 2. So yeah, very happy with them. The operators are very happy with them. The job they're doing is very good. Fuel efficiency is very good.
I think technology will continue to expand into the industry for the simple reason that, like, without GPS and this sort of thing, you're no longer going to have a tractor driver, you're going to have a tractor operator. Where in the old day, where you learnt to drive a tractor, and if you couldn't plough a straight furrow, you were told, learn to keep your furrow straight. Now with GPS, that is something that will automatically happen. The technology between the planter now, with the automatic planters coming in, and the tractor, with them be able to converse with each other and do the job with less people. And I think there's fewer and fewer people want to work in agriculture and horticulture, that technology has got to play a big part.